episode 135, weighing in with Travis Hartman. I am B-Money, the producer. That over there is the talent. Weekend Trav. Massive news, huge news, Weekend Trav. You over there interviewed the world champ, pound for pound champ, Terence Crawford. That is dropping Wednesday. This dropped Tuesday, this podcast episode. But on Wednesday, be looking for Weekend Trav, Travis Hartman's interview with Terence Crawford. Holy crap.
It's amazing because I have to say this guy's name too because he's huge, but Terence Crawford was just on Joe Rogan. In fact, I referenced actually a couple episodes ago how Joe Rogan got it wrong when he was talking about the first ever two-weight division undisputed champ.
Sure.
So I actually didn't really reference that too much in the actual interview, but I just think it's really cool that we got to sit down with Terence Crawford. I'm weighing in with Travis Hartman. How cool is that?
Well, that tends to be the slippery slope. You go from Joe Rogan then to us here, right? So, yes, we have Terence Crawford on the show. That will drop. The interview segment drops tomorrow, which is Wednesday. We're excited about that. Tune into YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, all the socials. You'll get all the feedback and content. And I'm under the impression, Weekend Trav, that this might be a interview one of more to come.
It will.
Okay.
It will. There were some challenges issued in the interview.
That's okay.
I challenged him to a rematch at something else.
Oh boy. Okay. So we have that. So we're very excited. We are buzzing here.
I really am. There's parts of that interview where I had to actually control myself because I was so giddy.
You're such a fanboy.
I was really professional.
You've been in the ring with this man.
I know, but he wasn't who he was now when I was in the ring with him, technically.
Oh, my gosh.
He's a big deal now.
In the wrestling world, we call that being a mark. You are marking out, even though you fought the guy legitimately, a handful of years ago before he was the household name he is now. But anyways, big news. Weighing in with Travis Hartman. Weekend Trav, a.k.a. Travis Hartman over there, has interviewed Terence Crawford. So that will be on our on our channel as well as the socials here this week and probably beyond that because, let's be fair, we're going to push something like that because it's not every day that, you find a pot of gold when you're looking for it, right? You're digging around and you dig something up and you're like, there's a pot of gold.
When B-Money showed up to my house about 3 years ago and said, Travis, we're starting a podcast. And he made me do it. And now, it only took about 3 years, but we landed the biggest named boxer in the world. He's the number one pound for pound. Nobody really argues that now. After he beat Errol Spence the way he did, nobody's arguing that. He is literally, arguably, the number one pound for pound boxer in the world.
I thought you were going to say big fish, but he actually caught the big fish there. And you even asked him whether or not he felt as if Errol Spence Jr. was ducking him. Oh, boy. There's some stuff in this interview you guys are going to pay attention to. Weekend Trap. I don't want to give a lot away.
There's a lot into that, too, because I asked him a lot of Errol Spence questions as well. I have some information that I just commented on a Facebook page because somebody posted an article and a reference about him fighting Errol Spence coming up. I have some information that's not out there yet.
Okay.
So please tune in. And that's why we're waiting to break it. I didn't just try to rush this to press, rush this to produce, rush this to throw it out there. We have some really key information that I asked Terence Crawford in our interview, and B-Money is going to produce greatness.
Oh boy, that's pressure, but it's coming, folks. So we're excited to put that forth on the YouTube channel as well as Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff at Weighing In with Travis Hartman. You can find us. So definitely give us a follow. Give us a subscribe below. We do appreciate feedback. We appreciate likes. And we just want to make the algorithm work for you. So the more you follow our content, the more good boxing stuff you're going to get from other channels too that we appreciate. So Weekend Trav, we're not going to give any more of that away.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
It is free, but it's not for free tonight.
It is. You're exactly right.
But what we're going to talk about is Orlando boxing. And what I mean by that is Matchroom Boxing is coming to Orlando. That's this weekend at the Caribe Royale, September 23rd. We've gone to many shows here at the Caribe Royale. The Box Lab gang, they're very good to us. They we respect them, and hopefully they think they respect us as well.
I mean, Amari and Eric do. They do respect us, and as we respect them very much because we've been going to their shows for the past 2 to 3 years.
But here we go. September 23rd, Saturday, 5:30 p.m. Tickets available through Ticketmaster if there are tickets left. I'm not sure. And that's this. The event itself is this Matchroom Boxing. So I'd imagine one Eddie Hearn is probably the quote unquote promoter of this show, even though he's probably not doing any work for it.
He is. Matchroom Boxing is the promoter as well as Box Lab. So on the official Box Rec, little official thing, it says Eddie Hearn. So you know what? Maybe Eddie Hearn will make an appearance. Who knows?
Who knows? So give us a little rundown here, Weekend Trav, because people don't want to hear me. They want to hear you. Your name is on the podcast.
First of all, they call you a songbird of our generation with that voice. You have a voice of an angel.
I do.
So I'm pretty sure they love to hear your voice.
I've been known as, I've been called the songbird of this generation.
I will definitely agree with them when we talk about that. But this fight, listen, Weekend Trav is a broken record when he talks about boxing because the past year at least, I've been like, it's hot. Like, come on, this is a big show. I'm going to go say it again. This is a big show. B-Money called me out when we were talking off air, and he was like, Trav, you say all these are big shows. But then we started running down. He was like, okay, yeah, maybe this is a big show. Like, this is pretty good.
Good show.
So, yeah, like, you guys, oh, my gosh. Let me pull it up and make sure.
Well, I'll give you some things here. So I'm going to give you a little bit. Not the whole card, but here we go. We're headlined by super lightweight Richardson Hitchins, who's taking on Jose Zepeda, and that's for the WBC Silver and IBF North American titles. There will be a woman's fight in the welterweight division. Jessica McCaskill, which we've talked about a long time ago on this show, and she's taking on Sandy Ryan for 3 of those world title belts. And Weekend Trav, not last but not least, but just another name here. We got middleweight star Austin Ammo Williams, who presses his claims for world title action at 160 as he tackles Steve Rolls.
Yeah, you know what? I'll tackle that one first.
Okay.
And then we'll lead up to the main event and co-main event. Austin Williams. I didn't originally really recognize the name until we started talking, and then I looked him up. Austin Williams beat this guy, Cordell Booker, who I fought in the pros as well, because guess what? Weekend Travs, I think I fought everybody, and I lost to everybody. But
no, you didn't lose to everybody. You're just old.
Most of the big ones.
You're just old.
But I did fight him,
Yeah.
but Austin Williams knocked out Cordell Booker in the first round. Cordell Booker was 17-0. But what I'm going to say is, even though records don't necessarily mean anything, they don't, but Cordell Booker was a 17-0. Legit 17-0. This guy is legit. He's since rebounded and fought a couple times and won, but the fact that Austin Williams is 14-0 with like 10 knockouts is impressive. So this was a little bit of a sleeper of a fight for me. When I saw this, I was like, oh my gosh, Austin Williams, like this guy's actually really good. We get to see him in our backyard. Orlando, Florida. I said a couple years ago, I said, we're trying to make Orlando, Florida the mecca of boxing. Not we are. Obviously, the powers to be are. And I think they're doing a pretty good damn job.
I think for at least the Southeast. I don't know if we'll ever be the mecca of boxing.
I know, but they're doing pretty good.
I would say it's becoming definitely a place to come for the Southeast action for sure. I mean, obviously, we mentioned a few weeks ago, we'll always have Las Vegas. We're always going to have Madison Square Garden. Dallas area, there's usually something around, the borderline of Mexico. But for the state of Florida, for the Southeast, where do you go? You come to O-Town, baby.
Yeah, it's not even Miami anymore, right? No. Like, Miami is supposed to be the hot city.
Miami who?
Like, what? Fort Lauderdale, Miami? Hollywood, Florida? What?
No. Those people down there, they need to hop on the Bright Line and come up here, the train.
I think that train just got opened up this month in September. I think there's a train that goes straight from Miami to Orlando.
Well, amazing. Book your tickets for September 23rd. I don't think you'll be able to get back, but I think you'll be able to get here in the evening for Matchroom Boxing. Weekend Trav, talk to me a bit about McCaskill and Sandy Ryan then.
So Jessica McCaskill is the WBA, WBC, WBO World Welterweight Champion. And the reason why she became a really big deal was because she beat this lady who I actually fought on the same card in Germany as her, Cecilia Brækhus, who was considered the queen of boxing. Yeah. Like she was the it girl. She was 36-0, and McCaskill went and took her on in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
I remember this. This was back, 2020, 2021?
You're right, 2020 actually, August of 2020. She beat her. McCaskill beat Brækhus in a 10-rounder. a majority decision, so it was a very close fight, so which deserved a rematch, because when I watched that fight, I actually thought Breakus got the best of her. I did, and that was my scorecard. I really did. Not by a lot. I thought a majority decision was a correct decision. I wasn't upset with the decision. Not a robbery by any means. They rematched in 2021, and McCaskill beat her again, and I think beat her actually a lot better this time. This time, I thought McCaskill actually beat her, for sure. McCaskill's a great story. McCaskill, I think, had like a full-time job as like a social worker or something. I could be wrong there, but I'm pretty sure I remember watching that. She's a great story. I think she's out of like Chicago even. But she ended up fighting Breakus, beat her, went defending her title, TKO'd a girl, Candy Wyatt, 10-3 girl in the 7th round, fought Ibarra, I don't know how to say that, but beat her in the 3rd round. Then she lost to Chantel Cameron, but I believe it was she went down in weight to fight her, though. So she still has all the titles.
But Cameron's a name, right?
It is, exactly right. And you got to love girls like McCaskill. And you know what? To be fair, B-Money, the girls in boxing right now are shaking it up because they're going up and down. Women, you're correct. They're going up and down in weight classes to just fight whoever's out there, including Amanda Serrano. She does the same stuff. She goes up and down because she wants to make the best fights. McCaskill did that, and that's why McCaskill fought Chantel Cameron, because she wanted to fight her for Cameron's titles at super lightweight, which is a different division than McCaskill fights in. McCaskill fights in 147. Super lightweight is 135, 140. So she went down to fight her. That was her last fight in 2022. This is her first fight of 2023, which I wonder why this is her first fight in 2023, B-Money, because she hasn't fought all year. This is September. So I'm wondering what's going on with that. However, she's fighting a formidable opponent, a 6-1 girl, Sandy Ryan. So I think it's going to be a great fight for Orlando. It's going to be a great fight for DAZN, which is a big boxing network. So we're going to have some fun watching this.
And we're starting to increase the women's fights as well in Orlando. So
they never had women's fights before.
There were not here in Matchroom, but there was I can't remember her name, but
Orlando lady, yep.
Yep. So they're slowly but surely starting to pepper that in, which is great. And I think if we start to see that a little bit more often, even on the big stage, that might make more sense rather than immediately trying to headline something, because there's only a few names that could headline that you're really going to get viewership in. So I think similar, taking a page out of UFC's book or other cage fighting book, start peppering the women's fights into the main card, get the exposure out there, and then slowly but surely you build that audience base, build up, not saying it's only going to be girls watching this or little girls watching this, but it's something to aspire to and look up to. So I don't know. There are things. Either way, well, all I'm saying is that we're starting to see that happen here locally.
Yep.
Orlando,
Florida.
Can you dig it?
Can you dig it?
There we go. There we go. Talk to me about the main event weekend, Trav.
Okay, main event, guys. Richardson Hitchins versus Jose Zepeda. This is like Richardson Hitchins is 16-0. The guy's legit. Jose Zepeda is legit. I think that Richardson Hitchins. It kind of confuses me because usually it's like Richard Hitchinson's, but it's not. It's a difference.
Richardson.
Yeah, I really think I'm a little dyslexic. Genuinely. I took a couple tests. I think I'm a little dyslexic. But anyway.
What number's on your chest?
11.
Okay.
Up?
1. Got it. You can't mix that up.
That's not. What up? Micah Parsons.
Don't get excited. It's early.
We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
But Richardson Hitchins is 16-0 with 7 knockouts. The guy's from Manhattan, New York. Birthplace was Brooklyn. So he's a New Yorker, so he can fight.
Tough dude.
But this is actually a big time fight, because 140-pound division now, if we're looking at it now, we got a ton of guys. Teofimo Lopez that moved up to 140. We got a ton of people. That division has kind of opened up because the 135 people have slowly moved up, like Devin Hades and all those guys are slowly starting to move up to that division, which means now they have to contend with a guy like Richardson Hitchins, which is trying, he's trying to like make his mark in that division, and he's 5'10", 140. He's actually very tall for that division. Yeah. So he's going to cause a lot of problems. So it's going to be an exciting fight. The fact of the matter is, we're getting to see this type of fight here instead of Vegas or New York or Miami. We're getting to see it in Orlando, Florida, thanks to the guys at Box Lab, thanks to Matchroom Boxing, thanks to DAZN, thanks to all those guys.
And to the fans for showing up, too. I mean, that's the big thing. That's the big draw. You're not just going to get viewership on DAZN and wherever else, but the fact that the local crowd shows up for this stuff, supports the local guys that are on the card as well, not just these bigger names, but also the local action. The point being is that it's quality. We're seeing quality matchups, quality fights. We're seeing what a fan for boxing wants to see live in Orlando.
Yeah, and you bring up a great point, because local boxing, that's been our whole deal. We've said this from the podcast in the beginning. We said, Box Lab, we love what you're doing. We love all the great stuff you're doing, but please keep local guys on the card.
Yeah.
Which brings me to another local guy, a welterweight, Giovanni Estella.
Sure.
12-0.
Friends of the
fighting
program.
on this card.
Yep.
He's amazing. He's fighting one of his toughest fights to date. He just beat an undefeated guy. Now he's fighting a 6-1 guy. So I think it's going to be a great fight. He's it's a super welterweight division. I think that's actually technically that's 154. But Estella has been campaigning as low as 147 as well. So I think Giovanni Estella is going to definitely, this is his first 8-rounder, I believe, too. So I think he's going to definitely try to make his mark here. And he's a local who we support. He's been on the show weighing in with Travis Hartman. Check it out. In this corner on our YouTube page, we have a couple different interviews with Giovanni Estella. Also, I'm going to have him on again before this, so he can be on again before he fights the 23rd. But look it out. Giovanni Estella, local Orlando guy, 12-0. Huge amateur career, just as big of a pro career. He's 12-0. Like, we should get behind this guy.
Absolutely.
He's a local.
Absolutely.
And he actually can fight.
So, Orlando audience, if you're hearing us from Central Florida, pay attention to these guys. We keep saying it. Pay attention to these guys. These are the up-and-comers. One day you're going to see these guys on, not that this isn't a big stage, because it is.
Yeah, you're seeing them on TV already.
But an even bigger platform. That's what we want to see, because we want to support local talent, and especially the guys that are putting the hard work in, which he is. So we look forward to hopefully being able to get him back on the show here, maybe prior to fight. I think. Hopefully we get that out. Wow. Weekend Trav. That's a lot.
We got a lot going on at Weighing In with Travis
That's a lot
Hartman.
going on.
That means producer has got a lot to do.
My head is spinning.
As of B Money already doesn't have a lot going on. B Money is a financial advisor and has to handle a lot of people's money already. So I get it. It's a lot. But I hope you guys appreciate it, because B Money is taking time. Both of us, we take time out of our normal jobs to do this, and we love it. It's a passion. But you know what? Maybe one day, we can be like a Joe Rogan Jr.
Oh boy.
Can we be Joe Rogan
Maybe.
Jr.? I'll take Joe Rogan Jr. I'll take
not?
Joe Rogan Mini. I'll take Joe Rogan Micro. I'll take Joe Rogan anything.
I'll just take someone wanting to buy me dinner or something, or like just give me some food or free alcohol or something. I don't know.
You know what I mean? Like something.
Give me a little something. So yeah, keep that in mind. We said this before. We don't get paid for this. We don't get anything. We do this because we love it. This is our passion. I posted something on my personal Instagram or my work Instagram just saying that, hey, getting behind the mic, I love it, and I love producing this show, and it just helps me hone my craft a bit as I talk anyways. But this is what I do. I don't golf. I don't do anything else. I have no other time. I have a family. You have a family. We both you obviously have a successful boxing gym. You know, I train people. I do kids sports and stuff like that. I have a financial advisory practice. This is what I do because I love to do it.
Yep.
And we have fun.
I hope people genuinely know that and genuinely appreciate what we're doing, because it's not easy. Like, it's not. The editing alone.
Yes.
Like, can you guys imagine what we're taking from here to here to here, putting on your computer, broadcasting it worldwide?
More than likely, there's an easier way to do it, but that's okay. But but the point being is that, like, we go to these shows, right? And maybe you see us there.
We put our money where our mouth is.
That's from our pocket, folks.
Yeah.
That's from our pocket. No one's giving us any handouts.
Nope. And we don't ask for it.
No. Now, one day if you want to, okay, we'll be okay with that too. You just let us know. If you want to, like, hey, guys, we have a few free tickets. That's fine. We're not going to.
We're okay if you guys ever want to offer us anything.
But until then, we're going to pay for our table. We're going to pay for this and that and whatever else. Weekend Trav. That is this Saturday. Once again, Matchroom Boxing at the Caribe Royale in Orlando, Florida, Saturday, September 23rd. There's it's in the evening, folks, but here's saying 5:30. If you go on Ticketmaster to get your tickets, it'll tell you a couple of different times. Door time 3:30. Maybe the event starts at 4, but chances are it's probably going to be 5 or 5:30, I would assume. based on history. But there are, it looks like, general admission seats still available. It looks like everything around the ring is toast.
Sold out.
Sold out. So general admission tickets definitely available. Get your tickets at Ticketmaster now.
I know this is way early, but I think it's deserved to be talked about because there is going to be a women's main event at Crib Royale, October 27th. Amanda Serrano
Big time.
is coming to Orlando, Florida. I predicted this because her last fight she fought in, she had a hat on at the end of her fight, and it said Morgan & Morgan. And I said, she's going to fight in Orlando next. I guarantee it. Morgan & Morgan is a big-time law firm. They're actually the biggest in the United States. Did you know that?
They're based here. However, the way it works for personal injury attorneys is that they have agreements with other ones everywhere. So
they're the biggest in the United States.
You'll actually see his billboards up and down the East Coast and everywhere else because he has created partnerships. The one guy that represented O.J. Simpson, he's passed away. No, the other guy,
Johnny Cochran.
Johnny Cochran. He was a partner of Morgan & Morgan for a small period of time.
They're doing big things, man.
Well, this is many years ago because I think
many moons ago.
I think he's passed away since. But they were connected to his law firm. That's the way some personal injury firms work.
I believe John Morgan is still alive. He's in his 70s. Started it?
He's alive. He just hasn't. Well, people don't realize that he doesn't practice law.
No, he's not involved in it. He started the company.
His kids are.
Yep.
His kids are, and I think his wife was. But his son looks exactly like him.
Dude, this is in Orlando, Florida. They're sponsoring boxing now. That's a big deal. Yeah. This is a big. They were sponsoring it when Amanda Serrano fought. I think in New York. She fought in New York. I seen her have She put the Morgan & Morgan hat on after her fight. I looked at it. I was like, oh my gosh.
There you go. So
I think it's gonna, and it's happening October 27th.
If they help bring her here, great. I'm all for it.
That's so huge.
So.
We'll talk about that more.
We will. October 27th?
Yep.
Yeah. So that's coming up. There's a lot coming into Orlando, folks. I mean, aside from just us, aside from weighing in with Travis Hartman, and if you haven't subscribed to our content here in Orlando, or if you're not in Orlando, you should. Get the thumb up down there. If you're following us on YouTube, there's a little thumb up icon. Click it. Click the little bell icon if you want to be notified when we post more content, such as interviews with Terence, Crawford, and other people. That's coming. And then subscribe to our content. Go on YouTube and don't be the last ones. Not YouTube. On Instagram. Don't be the last ones to follow us on Instagram because we're blowing up over there for some reason.
I will let you know. As of right now, we have a video on Instagram.
In percentage terms, we've grown like 5,000%.
Like literally. We just eclipsed 1,200 followers. We started this from 0.
That doesn't sound like a lot.
It doesn't. We started from 0.
But we don't pay for anything.
No, 0. We have 0 paid advertising. We have 0 paid anything. This is all organic.
Legit.
Word of mouth. However, we have this video that we just posted a couple weeks ago, and we have now eclipsed 300,000 views on one of our videos from a fighter who fought here in Orlando on one of the Box Lab promoted cards, Julian Smith. Yep. He is an all-deaf fighter who's a professional boxer, 7-2 now. How, like, I can't even, I remember talking about this actually months and months before this video went viral, and I was like, do you guys realize how amazing this is that we have an all-deaf fighter who fought and barely lost to a Cuban?
So you talked back in May about this one.
May. We were ahead of the curve.
We were ahead of ESPN. Don't
come
after us. Don't look at our content and be like, oh my gosh, we need to duplicate what they're doing. ESPN ringside. Come on now.
No, we were first. We were the first to this, man.
Come on now.
We were.
That's right.
Julian Smith, man. Look him up on Instagram. Follow him. He's got a YouTube page as well.
Some love.
He's got an Instagram page too. I think it's called Quiet Storm. Quiet Storm.
Yeah, look it up.
You know, I'm gonna tell you right now what it is. But it's he's amazing. The guy's all deaf fighter.
As I segue to our next thing, look up his Instagram handle. We want to make sure we get that right. So we can, Trav, I know we've referenced the interview. We're going to call it the interview a couple of times.
The Terence Crawford interview.
One element of the interview that you had told me, and I'm kind of working through it right now, is that you held up or you showed him what we are currently partaking here in the Bourbon Lounge, though the Bourbon Lounge is not technically where we're at right now, but for lack of location purposes, logistics, we are in the Bourbon Lounge currently. But you showed Terence Crawford this bottle of Blanton's Gold. Blanton's Gold.
You guys, this is like I told Terence about this, and Terence is like, Trav, I don't really drink. I don't do any of that stuff, which is, if anybody knows Terence Crawford, he's got a checkered past, way when he was younger. But the kid doesn't party, he doesn't drink, he doesn't do any of this. So I drink Blanton's Gold because it's so special. Blanton's Gold. So it's a little bit expensive, yes, but it's also very hard to get. You can't just have money. I'm going to buy Blanton's Gold. You got to kind of know somebody who's got Blanton's Gold. So it's a special drink. That's why I thought, you know what better time to break out Blanton's Gold than with Terence Crawford, the pound-for-pound king. So me and B Money now are sipping on Blanton's Gold. Thanks to Louis Salazar and Wine Regions, Hagen O'Reilly's, Roasted Spirit. Thank you guys so much. That's where we get most of our bourbon is from those guys. Absolutely. So thank those guys so much for that.
And you know what? And to give them props, they supported us early. And by support, I just mean showed us some love. Just watched our content, gave us good feedback. Our friends, right? So that goes to me miles. Especially in business, especially in this stuff, is just the connections we make with people and the relationships. That ultimately was what everything's about, Weekend Trav. And that also helped in the interview process with Terence Crawford. But this specifically, this Blanton's Gold, we've had Blantons on the program before, but I don't think we've partaken in the gold experience here. Yeah, we have a few bottles back here of stuff. There's a Blanton's Gold here. Maybe we did.
I don't think we ever rated it, though, because it was like we had a little bit left of it.
Man, we're spoiled, aren't we?
We are, right?
Jeez.
Like, I feel like we're some spoiled guys. Like,
we are really spoiled.
Our friends take care of us.
So Weekend Trav. We're going to rate this, though. We're going to be legitimate.
Let's do it.
Legitimate bourbon enthusiasts here. And we're going to be honest. We're going to be honest on our rating.
Okay.
As per usual, which don't crucify me out there, but yes, I have it on the rocks because that's just the way I drink this stuff. Weekend Trav has it neat, but we are going to rate this from 0 to 10 boxing gloves as we always do on the Bourbon Lounge. This is the Blanton's Gold experience. Weekend Trav, you usually have a few elements. What's going into your rating system tonight?
So it's multiple different things, and it changes all the time. Mm-hmm. One is how I feel when I'm drinking it. So I'm feeling pretty good right now because we've been talking boxing. I just did the Terence Crawford interview.
Cloud 9.
I'm hanging out with B Money, my main man.
Cloud 10.
I'm feeling pretty good. So that's a good one. How it smells. How it tastes. There's my 3. That's the important part. There we go. How it smells, how it tastes, how I feel.
Okay.
So we've rated Blanton's, the original single barrel bourbon whiskey. We've rated that before. I'm actually, to be fair, I'm gonna rate this lower, I think, than the regular Blanton's. I don't know why, but I am. I'm feeling really good though. But I do like it, so it's still gonna get a high rating. I'm gonna go with an 8.1. And I'm pretty sure I rated Blanton's regular like 8.3 or 8.5, which was the highest rating we've ever had. But for whatever reason, something about the Blanton's Gold, it doesn't completely capture me too much. There's something with like let me take another sip real quick and try to explain it to the viewers.
Let's see. Since we've carved out the ratings into the Bourbon Lounge.
It's still very smooth, though. Blanton's is very smooth.
It's good. No, I don't, but, okay, so 8.1.
8.1 is mine.
So I'm going to echo some of the comments at the echo chamber here. It's a great experience. The fact that we're having it, knowing full well the price point and the exclusivity of it, that helps elevate the profile, and I think it would. So that's me trying to look myself in the mirror and be like, hey, man, come on. Come on. Are you doing this?
Man.
Is it just the taste here? Because that's usually what I don't have all these factors. Usually it's the taste for me. And I'm going to be honest. I don't get a ton more benefit, maybe because I'm a neophyte when it comes to this stuff, versus the normal Blantons that we've had. 8.1 is a very, very accelerated high score that I'm going to beat and give it an 8.3, averaging to 8.2.
So you're going a little higher. Wow. Yeah. B Money. Usually Weekend Trav is the lower one, or the higher one.
And I think this might also be a combination of the fact that I have been in a calorie deficit for months. And so it doesn't take a lot for me to start feeling my alcohol. Ooh, you're going to give me a little more? I wasn't even planning to have it. Okay.
I know. I'm feeling the moment, and this stuff
I don't want to take too much away from you.
I know this stuff is
okay.
The price point of Blanton's Gold you can Google yourself, but it's about $400.
Yeah.
So every little sip we take,
if you're lucky, and you can find it.
We're taking like a
Yeah,
20.
We're getting
a sip is like $20.
We're gonna get an eyedropper pretty soon, a little teardrop eyedropper thing. So 8.2 boxing gloves out of 10. That's got to be the highest on record for us. I don't know. I can't confirm that or deny that. We have no stat boy to look. I'm pretty sure it's 8.2.
I'm pretty sure that I rated Blanton's regular either an 8.3 or an 8.5.
Someone look
I can't remember.
Someone look through our old episodes and click all of them and give every one of them a thumb up, and then find our ratings too.
Please give Weekend Trav haterade, because the past like 3 weeks I've been trying to figure out that too, but I've been trying to figure out how to grow my personal page as well. Mm-hmm. So I've been commenting on a bunch of stuff. Like all over the place. Like I've been on Instagram commenting on a bunch of other posts, like a ton.
It's its own job.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot. B-Money. Trust me, my wife knows this and she doesn't like it. But I've been trying to
we can't all be a tennis media superstar.
Yeah, right. She doesn't understand it because she became a tennis player and she automatically got a blue check mark on Instagram. Yeah. She got a blue check on Twitter. She got a blue check on Facebook. She had like 2,000 followers and she got a blue check.
She goes from tennis professional athlete to then retirement, and she had already been a media darling there.
She had ESPN already.
Yeah, she's only commentating at the U.S. Open and stuff like that. Wimbledon. Oh, okay.
So I say this because she doesn't understand the grind, because she got it already. She did. Women's tennis players, out of all women's professional sports, they got it, man. They get a lot of love already. They get a lot of hate too, but they get a lot of like followers and all of that. People love to see women in tennis skirts playing tennis.
And going,
Irina created her account, I think she's got like 20,000 Twitter followers too, and she never does anything on Twitter ever.
Yeah.
And she's got like 20,000 followers. I'm like, this is stupid. So what I'm saying,
it would be great if she would post our content.
And you know what? That has to be a conversation that Weekend Trav needs to have with his wife. She needs to post us more.
Hey, if she wants to repost any of my, she can't because her sister does what I do. Mm-hmm. And that would be
nice, she could, but her sister might tackle her.
Probably. Anyways,
what I'm getting at is I've been commenting on a lot of like Barstool Sports things.
Absolutely.
I've been commenting on like Puberty. They have like 5 million followers. Puberty is like a big page on Instagram. So, have you not seen my personal page growing?
I haven't paid attention.
Oh, you should check it out. I got like 7,000 followers.
Listen, that's part of the algorithm process, unfortunately. That's the metric. You have to be, first of all, you have to push content, a variety of content, carousels, normal posts, reels. You got to do the stories, and you have to be commenting all over the place. Take a look at other pages that are similar to yours and do very similar things, and also try to bundle yourselves with like-minded individuals so you're helping to push each other's stuff.
So
it's wild.
But the same token, as I'm doing that, I'm getting so much haterade. There is this thing on Barstool Sports. I stopped replying to the haters because there's a lot of them.
I told you to do that years ago.
I know, but it's growing my page, so I'm growing really fast right now. So I'm like, it comes. It's like the good and the bad, right? You have to take the good with the bad. So I'm taking it, and I'm not being too butthurt about it. But B-Money, I got like 7,000 followers right now. I've doubled my things in like 2 weeks. I've doubled my followers. Not 2 weeks, maybe it's been a month, but I'm getting like 100 to 200 a day. Wow. New followers. I log in every morning and
on the personal. Wow.
I'm like, what? Yeah. Usually look at my personal page.
I've been surprised on the podcast one. Like
every day I wake up. I don't know if it does it for you too, because we both log into to Weighing In with Travis Harmon page. Me and B-Money have both access to it. Mm-hmm. I log into it, and all these things pop up.
It's like, oh, they reshared that one video 20 times. We have 100 new followers and all sorts of stuff. It's like, really?
And it's a job. Every person that reshares our stuff, I like it.
Really?
If somebody comments, I like it. Look on it.
That's a lot of work.
Look on it. I like every single one of them.
See, this is our social media director. This is an in-house operation. You're looking at them right here.
This is Weighing In with Travis Hartman.
We have randomly a stat person.
We do.
But that's not even an official
He hasn't been here for a little bit. Thanks a lot. You're making us look bad right now. But
other than that, you're looking at the hard work right here.
Yeah. No, it's been B Money. You don't see that like on our Weighing In with Travis Harmon Instagram page. Every single person that shares our story, I like it.
Well, I'm glad you do that because I don't do that. You know, I've tried to interconnect things. Like for instance, happy belated birthday, Mike Perry. I tried to post something there. And anyways, I want to wish him a happy birthday. He
reshared.
I want to wish him a happy birthday anyways.
That's right. Mike Perry, happy belated, by the way, on this.
I laughed when he reshared because he's like, bro, I don't even remember meeting you back then.
Yeah. I private messaged him back and forth. We had like a 4-page comment back and forth. I was like, Mike, dude. First of all, it was like 10 years ago. Yes. I was like, but like, what? He was like, oh yeah. He's like, I do remember, Trav. My bad. I'm like, you follow me on Instagram.
It's like the comment those like putting you on blast. I'm like,
I know,
man,
but he reshared it. I was like, I literally commented back to because I was like, I feel like that kind of makes me look bad.
Yeah.
Right?
A little bit.
But I was like, Mike, you follow Mike Perry follows. Here's the deal. He doesn't even follow that many people. But I was like, Mike, you follow me, bro. Mike Perry follows 519 people, but he's followed by 723,000.
Yeah.
Tell me
it's funny.
But I think it was funny. Late at night. He might have been drunk. I don't know.
It might have. He was celebrating his birthday. Let it be.
Did you see?
Hey, he didn't reshare Gulfstream Financials. I can tell you that.
Oh, Mike.
He doesn't.
But
he doesn't know.
I want to go and talk about this because we're gonna put Mike on blast.
No.
For a good reason, not bad. But Mike is gonna come on the show.
Yeah.
Mike said he wants to come on In This Corner and do an interview, which we happily love that because now that'll be 2 guys that have been on Joe Rogan. If we can start getting these guys, man, like.
Yeah, but a lot of people that go on Joe Rogan are kind of like my kind of people. They're like, they're out there, like they're
Joe
really,
Rogan is everybody.
Oh, I know that, but it's like some of like the like esoteric sort of thinker. I think that might be over our boxing conversation a little bit. Yeah, that's wild, right? That's wild. So the metrics are cool. So we can drive. Yeah, I
shared a Crawford video too on my personal page first, like a week ago. So I don't know what's helping, but something is.
Listen, all I know is that there's plenty of love out there to share, people, and if you're willing to share and willing to love our content, that will be fantastic. And
we appreciate it.
And as far as we're able to, we're gonna give love back.
Dude, we have 300,000 views. That's considered going viral. We went viral. Can we just say it? We went viral.
On top of that, neither one of us had to show off our butthole or anything like that. Like,
nothing.
Like some
we had
chicks,
to do nothing sleazy.
We didn't have to do anything on OnlyFans like some of these ladies do that one day they're going to regret down the road when they're, adults and have children.
But we're not judging anybody right now.
I'm not judging. I feel bad for you. I feel bad for your decision making right now.
But listen, if you want to throw in Weighing In with Travis Hartman on one of your things, we wouldn't be against it.
No, it's pulled up a sign, I guess.
But listen, B Money's a pretty guy. I know we've had a lot of requests for B Money to show off a little more than his hair and his pretty face. Really? But we've refused it because we have morals.
I'm glad you're the social media director and I don't see that. Now, listen, I do go to places, if I'm going to, get a coffee or something like that. I actually get compliments on the hair a lot. I have beautiful hair, supposedly.
Weekend Trap doesn't lie.
I don't know.
I'm tell the truth. When we're on the show and I say you have phenomenal hair and you have a voice of an angel, do you think I'm lying?
No.
I hope that you know that I'm not.
In my headphones, I sound like Patrick Mahomes, which doesn't sound good.
B Money, that's not good.
That doesn't sound good. I sound like Kermit the Frog. I don't think we want that. This is episode 135, by the way, of Weighing In with Travis Hartman. We are rambling a little bit because it's been a few weeks. Weekend Trav was not overseas. You were just busy with the U.S. Open up in New York. Yeah. We've had different things sidetracking us. Life happens and, blah, blah, blah. But we are back. It's been like 3 weeks, I think.
I need to tell everybody, too, as the social media quote-unquote director, whatever that
you are
means.
Social media director, that's you.
I created a TikTok for us.
Holy gosh.
We have a TikTok account now, too. We have an Insta account. We have a Facebook account.
What's the username?
We have a Weighing In with Travis Hartman.
It is?
Yes, but I'll tell you.
I thought I saw something shorter.
Maybe it's Weighing In with TH. That's what our Gmail is, Weighing In with TH at Gmail. So, yeah, maybe it's TH.
But
actually, I don't think it is. I think it's Weighing In with Travis Hartman. Look it up, Weighing In with Travis Hartman.
But nowadays, ignore that Gmail address because we don't want any spam mail.
Yes. But I forgot what I was going to say about that.
Only contact us on the socials.
I've only posted a couple things to it. You made me forget what I was going to say.
You were looking at TikTok and the username.
Yeah, but
you're the social media director.
Yeah.
And we now have that.
Well, so follow us over there for sure. But I
don't even know how the tick and talk work. Do they work simultaneously?
I don't know. It's like a snap tweet. I don't know how that works.
On my face.
It's on my face. Okay. Pretty much. We got like 2 videos. Our first video got 617 views, and we have 4 followers.
Is that a lot?
How is that? I mean, 4 followers with 617 views. I feel like that's pretty good.
That's the China app, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So, like, if you don't want to download it, we get it. It's fine. No problem, because all of our content, first of all, goes through Instagram.
They're already tracking us anyway.
Check us out on Instagram. Yeah, but you know what? I feel like they got a little extra BS in that one for sure. So, if you are a true patriot, follow us on Instagram, because that's where we post 24/7 all of our stuff. Also our YouTube, our Spotify, and then everywhere else.
And it goes to Rumble. The YouTube goes to Rumble automatically. So
you can follow us everywhere, and I highly recommend it, because we're going to post a lot of shorts and a lot of stuff on our TikTok. It's mostly of our interviews. I've only posted 2 things on TikTok, and it's been clips of our Crawford interview.
Short form content sells. You should put on that tick and talk that you dancing at that boxing event. I have that video.
Well, let's put it out there.
I put it on your birthday video. Ooh, I don't know. I would love to have that, by the way.
So I have not posted that video yet.
I haven't even seen it.
I know. I probably should. I should.
It's July.
I know. I need to post it. Irina has it. I need to post it. It's like 28 minutes long.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
There was a lot of people. But I should have posted, because
I know my piece. I know what it looked like and how I did it.
I know. Okay. You were the producer.
I did good?
Okay, I did good? Really good, because you had like a little video inside of it. I saw it. Don't even think I didn't see it. I
know you did.
I saw it. I thought it was funny. I laughed a little bit, and then I cried. But it was good. I need to put. You know what? I need to post that. I should post it. I don't know why. Like, why wouldn't I have posted that, right? Like, that's the whole purpose of it.
It's a long video, though, so you got to find
It's like 28 minutes. Yeah. It might be long. It might be like 30. But Irina has it. I need to post it, because, first of all, it was really cool. I appreciate everybody that did it.
She did a good job. She and I'm gonna give her props. She was on top of us for quite some time to make sure that happened. Reminders, all sorts of stuff. She put a lot of work into that too.
I legit. So she did that actually for me for like my 30th birthday too. It was cool. I seen people that I hadn't seen in a long time, and she somehow found those people, and they did videos, and I was like, oh my God, that's really cool. So people that she had on there, you as well, I appreciated it. Because like, think about it. There's some like people, as we get older, B-Money, you know this, as we all get older, we have our lives. We have kids, families, wives, careers. It's tough to make a freaking video for when you're like it is, and to put it out there and make sure you look okay. And a lot of people made videos, and I appreciated it. I'll post that. Maybe we should. Yeah, I'll get on that.
We'll figure out a way to do it. But you know, it's been a few months. So yes, as you get older, your circle shrinks, and life happens. You get twisted and turned a lot of different ways. We mentioned it on the onset of this program. But you know, we're busy. You have a business. I have a business. We do this on the side. We're involved in the boxing community locally. We do all sorts of stuff, and it's great. We have kids.
Do a lot,
we're parents, so it's like kid. I mean, so we're busy, and sometimes 10 years goes by. I just got a text the other day from a good friend of mine from college, and then I looked at the prior. I'm like, holy crap, we've been talking 2 years. This guy just came in, but it wasn't anything like, hey, how you doing? It was like right back into like the normal stuff. Like, hey man, there's somebody in my law firm that just said this one phrase, and it reminded me of this other frat brother of ours, Deeds. And so anyways, this whole thing. So I'm like, dude, life happens quickly.
Yeah.
Quickly. You get old. I'm 41, you're 40, and I know there's older folks out there, but I feel old. There's some days I feel old, which isn't a bad thing. It just is a thing.
Yeah. I mean, listen, Mother Nature is undefeated. Father Time is undefeated. Okay? No matter what you do, no matter how healthy you are, no matter how much you train to work out, Father Time is undefeated.
What is their relationship like there?
Father Time?
And Mother Earth?
I'm not sure. I wish I knew so I could manipulate it.
How do they get busy?
So I could live.
That's really the question I want to know.
$1 million.
We're gonna go PG-13. How does Father Time and Mother Earth get busy?
Well, maybe we should do the birds and the bees.
I think this
is our children should. I
think this is a clip. I think this is a clip for the channel for our new subscribers.
Listen, if you're just now subscribing to us, you also need to know this, B Money. I told this to Terence Crawford on our show too. Okay. I said, Terence, I don't know if you know this or not, but we are the #1 beards, bourbon, and boxing podcast shot
in Orlando, Florida. Specifically
in a
Loria
boxing gym,
Loria Park. In a boxing gym on the second floor of said boxing gym in the TH Boxing podcast room, shot on a Sunday or Monday, tonight being Sunday evening, dropping on Wednesday. Yet this week we're dropping on Tuesday
morning at 7:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in the world. Terrence seemed like he was kind of impressed by it.
I'd imagine
he seemed to be impressed by the facial expressions. He said he did nothing.
Yeah,
but
he's probably like, this goober. I couldn't knock this goober out.
No, it's so funny. I posted the reel of it. It's so funny.
Don't give it away.
I posted the reel, so I can't give a little bit of it. But Terence Crawford is 40-0 with 31 knockouts, and Weekend Trav is not one of those 31 knockouts.
Yeah, you're one of the 9.
Yeah, and I did actually, to be fair, so I've known Terence obviously since I fought him, but we became friends about 6 or 7 years ago, and we're texting. So we've texted quite a bit for about 6 or 7 years. We'll text about random stuff. Crawford's a good dude. Yep. He really is. But it's funny because we've never one time talked about how me and him fought, and we talked about it on the podcast. And to be fair, it was the first thing I asked him. I said, it was really funny because I was like, Terence, like, it's a badge of honor for me. And I was like, listen, I was a very successful amateur. I thought I was a successful pro until I fought you too, but I'd won a lot of fights. And my badge of honor now, as I've gotten older, is a loss. And I was like, it's kind of embarrassing, but it's a loss. But guess what? It's a loss to you, and you didn't knock me out. And Terence started laughing. He was like, yeah, you know what, Trav? He goes, I was actually really mad about that. And we both started cracking up laughing. And like, most people won't understand that feeling because we've both been in the ring. Like, we both experienced a lot of the stress that goes with boxing, a lot of the stress that goes with the training, getting in the ring, and all of that. And it was just really fun because we both at the same time started laughing. And I was like, people are probably going to watch it and be like, why are you laughing at a guy that beat you, Trav? But you know what? Because like, I'm 40 now and I'm past all that crap. I'm past all of the animosity and all that, because when I fought him, like, I wasn't happy about that. Like, there was never a moment in my life for the first like couple of years after losing to Terence that I was happy about losing. I was pretty pissed off about it because I lost and I was used to winning. I went like 14 years with only losing 13 times in 15 years. Okay. So when I lost to him, I wasn't happy. But now I'm still not happy, but now I'm coming to grips with it.
But time, it gives us the luxury of perspective, okay? And by what I mean by that is you can look backwards at quote-unquote losses, and this is beyond just the ring, but in life in general, things that are considered losses or setbacks and things like that, and how do we convert those into springboards, setbacks to springboards, right?
Yep.
And so when we look back at possible failures, losses, things like that, that's not what defines us.
Nope.
But it's what helps to propel us into who we are today. And it's something I try to instill in my kids is that, number one, you live for the now, okay? Yes, we have somewhat future-mindedness as well, but you live for now. You can't live looking in the rearview mirror. It helped develop who you are today, but it doesn't define who you are today. It just helps you as you move forward and progress as a human being. So with that, not to sound too earthy and too weird, when you look back now at 40 years old at that loss, you grumble because how cool would it have been if you would have beat Terence Crawford, the best boxer on the planet.
Pretty cool.
But
But maybe he wouldn't have been the best boxer if I had beat him.
Exactly. But you didn't. And now you've had a whole life of different experience.
Literally a whole life.
And it comes full circle to now where this gentleman who's also had a different life of experiences, and you guys can come back together and talk about it, laugh about it in your older age. And it's great. It's a beautiful thing. It really is. Life is beautiful.
You know what's really cool, B-Money? I know that you'll appreciate this. It's in the podcast as well. I won't go into detail because I want you guys to watch the podcast.
Okay.
But I'm a Christian.
Yeah.
And I brought it up to Terence Crawford.
That's great.
And I pressed him on the issue pretty hard. And I talked about God, and I talked about being a Christian. And I hope that you guys will love his response or hate it, whatever you want. But I actually pressed him on the issue because Terence Crawford was actually shot in the head. Did you know that?
Mm-mm.
Terence Crawford was shot in the head as a teenager by a gun, like shot in the head. And the kid his story is phenomenal. And I hope that you guys tune into the podcast, tune into the interview with him, because boxing or not, he's a phenomenal story.
Well,
This guy comes from Omaha, Nebraska. Nobody's ever heard of that. When I was boxing, if you were from the Midwest, you were trash. I'm not, and Crawford knows that too. Like if you're from the Midwest, you were nobody. You're from the Midwest means you're from Missouri, places like Nebraska, Kansas, all those places, Ohio, Michigan, things like that. You were nobodies. So to see a guy like him come from Omaha, Nebraska, where he still lives, where he still has a family. He's got all of his roots are in Nebraska still. He still trains there. His training camps, most of them still happen there. So to hear that was just like, I don't know, man, it was eye-opening. It was just like everybody thinks that you need to have this New York or LA or just some big time scene around you to be big time, but you don't. The fire and the fuel comes from within. And you have to have that. And if you don't, then you're not going to be great. You're not. Crawford had that. He had that fuel. He had that fire. Even when people were telling him he wasn't the best and wasn't the greatest, he believed it. And look what's happening now.
And he stayed true to himself. So definitely tune in. When the interview drops, it'll be obviously on our YouTube channel and elsewhere. So, give us a follow here. Give us a like. We do appreciate that. And I commend you for stepping out of comfort into calling when it comes to your faith and having that conversation. That's awesome. And that's a good testament to us other believers as well out there. So Weekend Trap. We've gone on and on and on, but this is episode 135 of Weighing In with Travis Hartman. Please subscribe below. We got no final thoughts for you other than to say that over there is the talent, Weekend Trav.
That there is B-Money, a.k.a. producer, a.k.a. the man, the myth, the legend that makes the page go round.
Do pages go round?
I don't know.
God bless.
They should.